So the R5 was announced. Canon basically exploded onto stage through the curtains, dropped the microphone when they left, spit tobacco, chewing tobacco. I'm like, take that, Sony. What you got? Raise me, bitch. Sony said nothing. They waited quietly in the corner, but that's who you have to be afraid of. The quiet guy who's training his ass off to kill you. And that's what Sony is. The wind gods, bless us. Let's talk about it. Sony, I think they're releasing something. They know it's better than the R5, or they wouldn't be announcing it. A7S III coming. Oh my God.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
Before we get started, I have a feeling the GoPro is just better than the Olympus. I have to do it. Other than audio, of course. Until we get the media mod, GoPro's useless. But pretty much I'm noticing Olympus can't expose. They don't want to, they refuse to. You can't change metering modes in video. What kind of shit is that? Has nothing to do with the video. How y'all doing? When Sony releases a camera, it's ready to kill. It's a killer dog waiting to chew on something. Like when Canon released the G7X Mark III, Sony comes out with their RX100 Mark 15, and it destroyed it in every way. They knew it would, so they released it a week later. And it's like, take that, have fun selling yours. When they released the A7 III 25 years ago, I think they knew the Nikon Z6 was coming, and they just killed it immediately. It's like, Nikon, you waited a little too long to release your A7 III. You wait, you die. It's been a while since we've seen Sony do anything special. They still release good cameras. The Sony ZV-1, if I had no camera, nothing, I might consider that for vlogging. It exposes better than this, although that looks perfect. Wow. Well done, Olympus. I lost my train of thought. So while they're not exciting us with mind-blowing cameras, they are releasing pretty much top-of-the-line cameras, beating every other camera, like the Sony A7R IV. Terrible for video. They didn't update it at all, but that's not what it's designed for. If we're talking pure pictures here, probably the best camera ever made. 60 megapixels? You take a picture of a landscape. Imagine all you landscape photographers. Hey, mountain. How come you're cloudy? I'll wait. I'll come back. You'll have a good sunlight thing going? Okay, I'm back. There's a UFO in the shot. Oh, that ruins it. I'm gonna delete it. I did the right thing. What's that, sir? You're buying UFO photos? For how much? $7 million. Oh, why isn't there a recovery program? Lose. If you want to take photos of UFOs, that 60 megapixels, just aim at the sky. What the hell just happened? Oh, the GoPro turned off. You'll get something. They're up there. They're invisible though. They cloak themselves and they feed off our fear. They're right there, I bet. Throw a tennis ball up there and wonder why it bounces. What did it bounce off? That's the real question. So Canon R5 coming out with their 8K, 4K 120p. We know it's not going to be usable. It's going to have a rolling shutter like every straight line. Do you have rolling shutter? Can we come up with a new test? Every single reviewer is like, are you believing this? It doesn't look good right now. I hope that didn't ruin the audio. Probably did. Sorry about that. Rolling shutter should just be a simple pan test, because I actually do that. I change directions and I walk. So Sony's been waiting. They know what the R5's all about. And they're like, okay, it's time to strike. They know their A7S III is better because they focused on the fundamentals. The hell is your problem? Olympus truck? An Olympus truck? It's close enough. That means I'll just leave this camera here. I'm attached to the left mic. What a shot. What a shot. I don't think Sony would be releasing a camera right now if it didn't beat the R5. They know it does. The 4K 120p in the R5, we all know something's gonna be iffy with that. Either line skipping, a 2-second burst, something ain't right with that mode. There's no way you can just film with audio, autofocus, everything. Zero chance. Sony, on the other hand, they might come out with 4K like 96p? Something like that, but usable with autofocus, audio, everything. The whole kit and caboodle. Boodle, bitch. No, Sony's not gonna have 8K. They don't need it. Nobody does. They know that. They might have 6K. I doubt it. But they probably have really good 4K with 10-bit 427 internal. I need it. It's gonna be a killer camera, but I have a fear that they're not gonna update the IBIS much. It's still gonna be the same old thing. So it's a studio camera in your studio living room of life. You inspire the world from in there, my friend. Don't go outside. The more I bring these cameras outside, the more I just wish the GoPro was better. With a little 1-inch sensor, still small. Mic jack right in there, don't need no media mod. We need an action cam, that's what us need. Us need. See, vloggers are dumb. We don't need heavy things that are expensive, we can't be trusted. But after trying that Sony ZV-1, just the polish, the technology in there, the face exposure, the autofocus never leaving me no matter what happened. No matter if I'd turned my head, it didn't matter. I think it left me only a couple times when I was in shutter mode. Filmmakers are the dumbest people on the earth. You thought photographers were dumb. They film in their 180-degree shutter rule to keep the friendly motion blur, not realizing that their autofocus switches to contrast detection when the aperture raises. Why are you doing it? I keep seeing reviews and like their autofocus is all flippy and switchy. But if I'm thinking what camera company is the future to invest in, it's probably Sony or Canon. Those two seem to be the top of the mountain. It used to be Canon and Nikon back in the old days, maybe for sports photographers. Yeah, a lot of sports happening right now. If Sony brings some of the features from the ZV-1 into the A7S III, the flippy screen, that product mode, autofocus, face detection exposure, if they could just improve the IBIS a little bit and add digital stay, you got yourself something. You got yourself something hard. Then you got those Tamron lenses, 20mm Tone and 2, 0.8. You got something big that's small at the same time. Wow. So I just have a feeling that Sony knows what they're doing. They've waited long enough and they know they're better than the R5 or they wouldn't release it. Where the hell am I? I'm on Earth. The only question is, will Sony make the devastating mistake of not putting a flippy screen in there, no matter whether it flips up or down or anywhere, just because they've already done it on the ZV-1 and they're like, oh, if you want to vlog, do that. Yeah, it's this. This is your focal length. Not cool, Sony. Or is it? It's not. But if it is a new direction they're taking, it's like, okay, we'll put the flippy screen in now. Why don't they give us the A99 flip up and twist screen? That's the best screen ever made. It flips anywhere, up, down, and you still got your flip up for the photographer whiners that can't flip out. Oh, that took 0.7 seconds. I missed the seagull. Freaking seagull photographers. But exciting times are upon us. The R5 and R6 coming soon. Sony's answer to that. What babies will be born from that whole party? Something. Fuji X-H2 someday? Not anytime soon. Who knows what that's going to be? Olympus joining Panasonic? Wow. We've been teased about this A7S III for long enough. I think it's finally coming. And something else secret is coming as well. I think it might be a little RP competitor that crushes it in every way possible. You know Sony likes the smallness, and they're really mad that Canon now has the lighter full-frame camera. So they're gonna top it, and I wouldn't mind that for vlogging. To give it flippy screen, I swear to God, I will send a Tasmanian devil to your factory in mating season. He will tear you up. She will tear you up. The females are the aggressive ones. I've watched nature documentaries. So, we're done. What do you think? Is the A7S III gonna live up to our expectations? Impossible. Stop doing it, Wind. Thanks for buying a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Subscribe for more videos and I'll see you in the next one.